Hey everybody, now y'all can hear me now. This is the third stream that I have been that I'm doing here. Now they can actually hear me because of the audio input capture. There wasn't even activated to the device here. Kind of stupid, really. Really idiotic of me. So. Now, without any further difficulty, let me explain what happened. Let me explain what happened here. This man here is a polarizing figure in all of wrestling, and he is a man that always is, people need to watch. If he was on WWE or AEW or Ring of Honor or the ECW brand, even where he debuted. See, Punk, Survivor Series, WarGames, literally. What's up, Stomach Acid? Sorry, this is the third stream today. The first stream because it kind of revealed my my personal email in the stream, so I kind of deleted that. Then the second second stream literally displayed no audio in the microphone audio because I didn't put the audio input capture to set it as a device. So yeah, and then now this is the third stream now. To tell you something that this CM Punk guy may be just a person that you might not have heard of, that you didn't hear of. But if you're either a casual wrestling fan or just a pro wrestling fan in general, or avid one, this is a guy that you would hear a lot of people talking about, no matter what. Because the Survivor, I'll get to that in a second. So Survivor Series was the WWE pay-per-view, PLE. It was the women's WarGames match, was basically two rings inside of this actual cage-like structure with bringing in weapons, basically. And that match was great. It's just unbelievable. The Intercontinental Championship match was a little confusing because The Miz, one of the wrestlers, you have heard of him? Huh. Well, you might have heard him in the news recently, last night, so I'll get to that. Intercontinental Champion Gunther takes on The Miz. The Miz, kind of confusing because did some low blow, some cheeky, illegal moves. Well, in storyline, kayfabe, not actual trying to hurt them. That's what wrestling is. It's just the thinking of the incentive that something is fake, something is real. They're just all actors, basically. They're no different than actors. So, and athletes. The actor athletes. Um, so, back to what I was saying. So, baby faces and heels. They're basically, I think you can tell. Baby faces are the good guys, heels are the bad guys. So in this match, the Intercontinental Championship match, it was kind of confusing. Like, there's signs they can say it's a face and a heel. Just by their promo, when they cut promos, they talk to the crowd, talk to the talk to the camera. But I thought they were doing the Miz as a good guy, but apparently he was somewhat of a neutral guy because he kind of did a low blow and kind of messed with the turnbuckle. So this sounds interesting. I'm glad that it sounds interesting. So, and then Gunther won the match by submission. The women's title, the WWE, the Women's World Championship, aka the Raw Women's Championship. The Zoe Stark and Rhea Ripley. It was a great match. I would say all these matches are great. Rhea Ripley won. I honestly had like little chance that Zoe Stark was gonna win. What else? There was so they had little segments backstage or segments in the ring. They did, sponsors. They have sponsors just like any other TV show. In this case, they were having like Ruffles as the sponsor. Well, Slim Jim was Slim Jim, Ruffles, and I think that's it. Slim Jim and Ruffles. See, anybody can be organically get popular by the fans, but you can get a reaction no matter how either like bad you were perceived or good are you perceived good. I can't even talk. That people perceive you as a good guy or a bad guy, or even in the neutral, because it's really he was a controversial figure. So he he's like a veteran of the ring, so he knows about the business. But anyway, the WarGames, the men's WarGames was pretty good. Randy Orton, a person you might have heard of, the guy who does the art, who somebody like edits those RKO memes. So he came back after 18 months on the shelf because of surgery, because of an injury. And then after, so you see, it's kind of sounds like a plot twist, right? You know how movies have like they keep you wanting more, wanting to figure out, like want to find out more and get invested in the franchise, like the FNAF franchise, where it incites you, like the different jump scares and the different like the story alongside it. So basically, it was mainly stories. Um, so So the match ended. The good guys won. And then they were just getting raised the hands by the referee. They were kind of like picking up the scraps, and then not actually picking up the scraps, but like kind of wrapping up, and then all of a sudden, actually no, not all of a sudden, but you see, you would usually like see if like, you know, fade to black with um like the TV screen. You can just fade to black. Um, oh. So I would have to tell you that the surprise, comes the thing that I was talking about earlier. So CM Punk returns, but in the discreet way possible. Really at the very end. Um, just go at the very end and has that was the graphic that's like the copyright symbol, all rights reserved, 2023, and then the little up next thing with the press conference after the show, as I thought it was gonna fade to black. They were actually, and CM Punk, the Cult of Personality, Living Colors song hits, and Punk comes out, blowing the roof off the place. Most of the people in attendance, almost about all of them, are shocked. And if you look, so hold on a second. So let me bring this here. So I'm not gonna let this audio play because it's copyright, obviously. Jasper Leong. Oh, not the. Okay, I did not mean to do that. Alright, so this is what happened. So, all these people here in Chicago, Illinois, where Punk is actually from, I might add. All these people watch the reaction. They're all like excited. That was complete shock. That WWE even got CM Punk back. So, for the people that don't know about last time he was in WWE, CM Punk was last in WWE over about a decade ago. And CM Punk finally was brought in to return at a minute's notice. as you can see there. 45-year-old CM Punk. Kind of looks like he's a little younger. Kind of blowing the roof off the place. See, okay, let's look a little back here. Let's look back here. So I don't know why I was so as you can see here, look at this guy. The guy who's holding his belt here is a champion, world champion of the show, and he has held the belt and he throws it on the floor in frustration. You would think that would be against the script, something that is not in the script, but no. Let me tell you that Punk and Seth Rollins, the guy who threw the belt down, is literally like working, staying in character, working people. And you know, in videos, he would be seeing like yelling cuss words and flipping the middle finger on, like giving him the middle finger. That would be a work because it's reported that Seth Rollins, that would be because Seth Rollins is actually was fine with him returning. But why is he controversial? It's because that he got into altercations with Jungle Boy Jack Perry. He got in because of real glass, something like a segment. It was I mean, and then there was another guy, Ryback, that he's not even wrestling right now. He just said, "Oh, I'm gonna retire if he comes back." But you see, but little did anybody know, this surprise was a legitimate surprise, because Triple H and Nick Khan, the main people behind the creative, by head creative, they knew about it. And getting CM Punk in the building, getting out in the crowd, surprising the fans. So CM Punk is one of the biggest stars in history in wrestling. Love him or hate him, he's great of a man. So Cody Rhodes has said that he is welcome to, he is happy to work with them, or work with them in spite of business. Triple H mended the fences because CM Punk actually wasn't was not on the best terms, because they kind of had a falling out because they had creative disagreements, or mainly just disagreements in general. Um, Same with Vince McMahon, who used to run the company. He used to be the CEO, but now he is an executive chairman of the TKO. He's not in creative, which I'm glad, because he's really he is, I would say, way more controversial than CM Punk. That's a hot take, but I would have, but yeah, that's just a fact. Because Vince McMahon was really, like, stereotypical, and gave, like, he said the N word on television. He said they treated the women's wrestlers like they're like beneath men. But I guess that was like the 90s. They didn't really have any female stars. So yeah, but back to the CM Punk situation. Punk is a man. You see, all these men, they knew actually minutes before he came out. So because honestly, WWE is rebuilding its reputation right now after a Vince McMahon era that spanned from like 20 up until this year. After Vince McMahon sold his company to TKO, or sold his company to Endeavor, that became TKO, which they both infused into TKO. So as you could see, that it is said that Seth Rollins is working everybody here. Everybody's working them. Even Drew McIntyre, who is not even seen in here, where he stormed off. And, it said he stormed off, slammed the locker room door, and went out of the building. But recently, it said, or WrestleMania pointed out, which I pointed out in my last live stream, but I didn't have any audio, that apparently a cameraman was directing Drew McIntyre. Honestly, good research. Jasper Liang, props to you for taking this footage. But yeah. I hope the rest of your stream goes well. Thank you, Stomach Acid. Thank you. Alright. See, wow. Like, when I first watched this, okay, hold on, let me pull up the WWE one, the WWE's version here. I was watching on Peacock here. Let's take a look here. right here. Nope. Okay, so pointed out here, WWE, their YouTube channel. So as it will see here, it was like this. So they were showing off the graphic like they were, you know, doing like copyright, like copyright reserved, and then there was a graphic, and I'll just I don't want to get copyrighted by WWE, so after this this happens. Having blown the roof off the place, blowing the, as you thought that it was, yeah. But yeah, you get what I mean. See right here, CM Punk does his usual thing, that one of his phrases when he comes out to the ring, and apparently none of the fans, apparently when this happened, none of the fans knew, none of the producers knew, none of the higher executives knew. Vince McMahon didn't even know about this. It was only between Triple H, Nick Khan, the financial office, like the guy who manages the finances of the company. They known about it, and the superstars that went out like in the main event. So, but Drew McIntyre, it might be, I think the tabloids are like trying to swerve us that CM Punk is making people leave, which or like thinking that CM Punk's return is throwing backlash, which actually it is true in a way, but I feel like the tabloids are just like stirring the pot a little bit, kind of stirring the brains and kind of confusing us, trying to hypnotize us. Oh no, CM Punk is having people is causing people to leave the WWE. He's causing frustration backstage, which I think is still a possibility that there is some backstage heat. But according to WrestleMania's new video, Drew McIntyre's storm out might have been worked as well, because of been signaled by a cameraman. So so this is basically saying that CM Punk here. Sorry, I was just checking the live chat. Wish I could just pull the live chat like right here. What if I just, yeah, I wish I could just pull the live chat here and just keep this on screen and not have this on screen. But apparently it does not work like that. Somewhat annoying, but I'll have to deal with it. So yeah, that's why, you know, it's just story mode. It's just story. One big story. It's a never-ending story. You know, at this time, when I was watching the monitor, I just held my head down. I was like, I guess CM Punk's not gonna return in Chicago. But he ended up doing so. So yeah, I may get copyrighted for this, but honestly, I don't really care. I'm just showing off what happened. So he didn't even like go to the ring and actually show. I think that was maybe part of the script too, that he wasn't like going up to the like it's like a some type of it's like some type of twister, like think it's a shoot but it's not, but it's think it's shoot but it's not, but it's actually a shoot, next shoot but it's a work, but it's a shoot but it's work, like it's confusing. But AEW will forever be um, the second company, because they tried to attempt to overpass Survivor Series in the ring, try to compete with them with putting Rampage on set the night of the same on the night of um, Survivor Series, and obviously the usual Collision. Try to compete, and they tried to compete with SmackDown, which I respect Tony Khan because it's healthy competition, but honestly, there's no real competition here. Punk is a man that just changed the way we perceive the WWE right now. Not discrediting people like LA Knight, Humberto Carrillo, Ricochet, Randy Orton, which is actually my favorite wrestler of all time. But this is just kind of a out of nowhere type of thing, as Triple H would put it. As a trip as triple as a Triple H would put it, a lightning in a bottle moment. Lightning in a bottle, which honestly, I don't blame him. So, yeah. Honestly, I really think that Punk is going to go. So, this one's confirmed right now. He is going to WrestleMania. No doubt about that. No doubt. He's going to be at WrestleMania. But there is one thing that, because they had like a heat backstage because of his attitude, is how he perceived. But like he did a tirade. He had a tirade, but honestly, Punk is a man at least deserves some respect for what he's done. Like I said with Vince McMahon, Vince McMahon, with all due respect, he could be put in the Hall of Fame, but that's it. No creative input whatsoever. Or at least not any major creative input. Let me look at Discord. Let me pull it up. I'm gonna call him on let me see if he answers. didn't answer. Yeah. He. Hi. Um. Anyway. That's kind of what all I wanna really talk about much. Just about CM Punk. Well, not actually exactly. Like with the Survivor Series War Games. This was the one of the best pay-per-views. Not just because that's CM Punk, just because that War Games. If MJF actually does show up in WWE right here, it says MJF absent from WWE conversations amid contract rumors. Maybe MJF might be returning to WWE, but who knows? I'm gonna. I think that's all I really want to talk about. About CM, about that, and how they're how CM Punk is being, what's it called, perceived. So yeah. Um, thank you guys for joining me, and thank you for the people that are watching the replay. Thank you for watching. All right. See you guys in the next one.